NIO just launched the ONVO L60. Here in this video, you will be seeing the full entire recap of the event. Also, here's my NIO invite code and ONVO invite code. If you have WeChat here in China, scan it. You get a ton of extra perks. All right, so first of all, during the ONVO launch, William Li took center stage and he talked about the brand philosophy. Today is a global family day, also low carbon day, and he's very happy to launch the brand ONVO today. And it's been 10 years since the inception of NIO, and NIO has always upheld the philosophy of blue sky coming. 6 countries, 13 cities, 11,000 engineers for the NIO R&D team with 12 different departments. So far, 8,700 patents under NIO's belt. So this is very complete. And then last week they just completed 500,000 production, so it shows that NIO's production capability is well established, and they have 349 different partners and suppliers, and some of them are in attendance today. And more of the power swap system has been validated with 2,415 swap stations, 797 on the highways, 39 million swaps total, 22,400 public chargers. 80% of usage are non-NIO branded cars, and NIO has always been chargeable, swappable, upgradable. And to service more customers, NIO has officially launched the ONVO brand, and we saw the first advert, which was the advert we saw a few days ago. And then after the advert, William Li said, "Le Dao represents happy road, ONVO on voyage," and the logo represents a happy road upwards. ONVO is indeed a family brand that wishes everyone up and up so that things get better. The company color is a sunburst orange brand color. It represents happiness with the family, and it hopes that there's great family memories like watching your kids take their first steps. So the ONVO team did over 500 in-depth surveys with different families and searched for what they liked in their vehicle and what they need. And so they found out the best family car must be suitable and comfortable for the family, but also economical. So for the best customer experience plus economical daily usage are the priority. So then William Li talked about how RAV4 and Model Ys are 2 success examples of this, with the RAV4 being lowest cost of maintenance, low oil consumption, and the Model Y pioneering safety and pure electric age. And then to study from them, of course, ONVO has to study from them, but ONVO also redefined what a family car is. So the ONVO L60 is a medium-sized family SUV. So from this, you can expect that in the future, ONVO will have a large-sized family SUV and maybe even a small-sized family SUV. Just the design is enough to sway a lot of customers. The dimensions of the car: 4,828 millimeters high, 1,930 millimeters wide, 1,660 millimeters high, and 2,950 millimeter wheelbase. It has larger space than the Model Y. The front lights and the rear lights really emphasize the design, and it represents the way up and hope that everyone does better and better. The interior has many different modes. One of them is a folded down theater mode, but more on that later. And the interior will be discussed in detail at the official price launch. So then Tie Cheng took center stage. Tie Cheng is a NIO ES8 Founders Edition owner, and he is the former upper management at Disney here in China, and he is also now the CEO of ONVO. So he explained the selling points for ONVO. First of all, safety. He talked about how safety is the #1 priority of any vehicle. Passive safety and active safety. A good family car must be safe with no compromises, completely above industry standard, with 59 different crash tests, with one very important 90 kilometers per hour, 70% rear end collision test. He talks about how usually in a family car, lots of modern vehicles have AEB that can stop properly, but sometimes it's out of your control. It's someone else running into you. And then in a family car, you have the elders and kids seated in the back. So second row safety is extremely important. So with ONVO's car design, they have 4 times better energy absorption in the rear compared to the industry standard. And they have a crash test video to showcase this, and you can see the doors still open normally. The hidden door handles pop out automatically during a collision, and then the emergency SOS phone call is also made automatically. So to achieve this, of course, this car has a very solid steel aluminum hybrid body with a combination of high structural integrity and over 2,000 megapascals of high strength steel in many different parts of the car to support its structure and rigidity. So 1 square meter of this high strength steel can withstand up to 20 tons. All right, so this is very, very strong. They have 45 different active safety features. All of them come standard no matter which variant of the car you choose. Next, they talked about spacious interior. Everyone must sit comfortably inside the car, not just the front seats, but also the back seats. So what they've done is they got two 1 meter 83 centimeter tall twins to film an interior size demonstration to show you guys and compare it to the Model Y on the right. And it really shows how both of these tall twins can sit comfortably, one in the front, one in the back, and they can even put their legs up, and they can also walk comfortably through the rear seats. So definitely have very large space, and people were worried about headroom in a coupe SUV, but this demonstration shows that there's nothing to worry about. And then if you look at the head and rear and front headroom compared to the Model Y and RAV4, also the leg room, which is 4 times more than the competitors, which is absolutely amazing. But then one might say, what about storage? Well, in terms of storage space, this can even store more. Everyone in the car can bring a suitcase, and it can all fit. 5 people, 5 suitcases, each of them with their own suitcase. So you can see how it's just so capable of putting things in. All right. Also has a bed mode where you can have basically a 2.3 meter times 1.4 meter bed, or a single bed mode. Also has, of course, the theater mode. And many people will buy a new car because of a new baby in the family or a new child. So ONVO prioritizes safety and health by using CareTech global baby safety standard materials, which are allergy proof and bacterial resistant. So definitely a very good consideration for the health of even the young ones. All right. Next, they talked about intelligent cockpit. So one really interesting thing is this car has 3 screens. One 17.2 inch massive horizontal screen in the middle, and then you got a 13-inch massive heads-up display for the driver's seat. No front dash, so just a big, large HUD, and then you have an 8-inch rear entertainment screen for the back. So the focus is of course the massive 17.2-inch 3K resolution center screen. It is 1.2 times larger than the Model Y and 2.5 times higher resolution. It also has extremely narrow bezels of just 5.35 millimeters, which is quite small. And then they talked about power, energy efficiency, and range. So the energy efficiency of the ONVO L60 is 12.1 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometer, which is better than the Model Y and is the most energy efficient car in the world. All right. It can achieve 555 kilometers of range with the 60 kilowatt hour battery pack, 730 with the 90 kilowatt hour battery pack, and there's also going to be a 1,000 kilometer plus ultra long range battery pack coming soon. The 12.1 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometer energy efficiency is all thanks to the entire 900 volt architecture. All the components inside the car are all 900 volt with the latest silicon carbide technology. And with this, they're able to achieve 92.3% of the CLTC range, and the car also has extremely good air drag coefficient. So they showed off a very cool video of the L60 in a wind tunnel, and this car achieves 0.229 CD at 120 kilometers per hour driving conditions. So this is also the best air drag coefficient of any production SUV. So in terms of powering up, NIO is the number 2 in the industry. Number 1 is NIO. So ONVO at launch has 1,000 plus swap stations and 25,000 NIO chargers that they can use, and of course millions of third-party chargers that can also be used. For a new brand at birth to have this much infrastructure, no one else has this much at the very start. Of course, battery swap takes 3 minutes, and they showed off an excellent video reminding guys that it only takes 3 minutes to complete. So energy efficiency is number 1 in the entire industry. Customer experience is also extremely important. So we're talking about the ride quality. What's really important is to have a very stable suspension that won't wake up the kids, with better ride quality comfort than the Model Y. So this car achieves 96% vibration reduction, and they've showcased a very interesting video with this little bouncy head to showcase how much vibration the car has compared to the Model Y and the other guys. So in terms of driving experience, what also matters is, for example, driving through narrow roads, turning radius. So here in this video, they showcased driving an 8 pattern to see the turn radius. So as you can tell, ONVO L60 has the biggest interior space, but longest wheelbase, but also the best turn radius, even better than the BMW Mini, which is very interesting. Next, they showcased autonomous driving. So they have over 30 sensing units, 8 high-definition cameras with a detection range of 687 meters of detection range, and then 1 4-dimension millimeter wave radar to see what's in front of the car, which can also detect any traffic or collisions in front of the car, which is very important. And then they showcased several videos demonstrating driving in the city with the autonomous driving, which is very cool. Next, they talked about economical. The car must be economical. Right now, there's that 10% tax exemption if you drive with a electric vehicle, if you buy an electric vehicle. And also, it's very economical to drive compared to gasoline cars, and you can save a lot of money on that. And then there's also emphasis on battery replacement costs. So usually after a couple years, we got to replace the battery on a traditional electric vehicle. Even a small 30 kilowatt hour battery pack costs 59,000 RMB, which is quite expensive. And this is like hybrids. Hybrids have this small battery pack. But for a Tesla 60 kilowatt hour battery pack, it costs around 130,000 RMB, which is very expensive. But with battery swap, it is equivalent to lifetime warranty. So then it comes to time saved. Charging also takes a lot of time, but NIO has discovered that 88% of NIO owners already achieved that swapping is more convenient than filling up with gas. And the ONVO CEO reminded customers that wanted to buy hybrid that frequent charging and frequent trips to the charger and also longer charging time is really taxing on time consumption wise. So that is also something to consider. So the pricing. The car starts off at 219,900 RMB, which is around 30,400 US dollars. The car itself is 30,000 RMB cheaper than the Model Y, so it's very nice. And now, of course, there's also going to be a BAS policy, but that's going to be announced later on. Right now, there's a 2,000 RMB deposit, which goes towards 6,000 RMB towards the purchase, and you can also get the car early. NIO owners get 30,000 additional NIO points back for purchasing an ONVO. September launch and delivery. So this car also right now they're giving away 100 million ONVO points as promo and 1,888 RMB charging subsidy if you decide to buy the car. Overall, very nice deal. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below.